Hi and hello, everyone. Thanks again for joining me on another video. My name is Dr. Chris Lowe, and I just want to give you some quick background before we start this video. I've been a chief exec for about 26 years of my life. I've had a career that has lasted roughly 32 years of my life. And also, one of the things I should say is um, as a chief executive, or I should say, within the chief executive role for myself, I can tell you that this was something that was not inherited by any means. I grew into the position. I was promoted to chief executive for a robotics and software organization, and I spent roughly 6 years as the chief executive there. And then I was promoted to the chief executive for a healthcare organization, and I spent roughly about 20 years there. So that's kind of like a brief overview of my background as it relates. Now, if you're asking yourself, what does this schmuck know about anything? I would like to draw on my past relationships or my past experience, I should say, as a chief executive officer. So, today we will talk about culture building and how culture building has worked for me. And I will tell you, any organization that lacks a culture, for my part, is an organization that is doomed for the most part. So for me, I think building a great, effective culture is key in developing your organization. So I will share my steps to building a great company culture. So I think the first thing you need to do is define your company culture and values, right? For me to build a successful company culture, I think you have to answer three core questions. The first question is, why does your company do what it does? Why does your company exist? And the second core question should be, what do you believe in as an organization? So, what are your values for your organization? And then the third core question should be, where do you want to go as an organization, right? What is your company's mission? So for me, without answering these questions honestly, it will prove challenging in developing your company's culture. So keep that in mind. So the first step was we need to define the company's culture and values. That was our first step. The second step is to evaluate your company as it is now. That is absolutely critical. So, as we press into this, I think what I will do is I will define these steps for you. And then these are questions you must ask yourself as you develop your culture build. So keep that in mind. So your second step should be evaluate your current culture as it is now. That's important. So the third step to the culture build process should be to identify and hire a people person. Or if you already have a people person within your organization, I think you should dedicate them to the culture build of your organization. And there's a big difference between your HR person and someone who is truly capable of building a culture. I think that's one of the biggest issues with most companies. They think culture building is all about your HR person. And usually, HR has nothing to do with the type of culture you're trying to build your organization into. So keep that in mind. So, your fourth step should be investing in building your talent brand. I think that's absolutely critical. and it can prove instrumental in hiring the right type of talent. It does come down to the talent brand you're looking for as an organization also. So the fifth step to building out your culture is to optimize your hiring process to ensure you are bringing in the right people for the job. And throughout your hiring process also, I think it's important that you make sure the candidates that you hire appreciate your culture and your values. I will say also you should prioritize attitude over skills and experience. It could prove to be beneficial for your organization. So, step number 6 is to reinforce your core values within your organization. So, keep that in mind also. And step number 7, you should ask, is your culture effectively attracting and engaging the right talent? So, remember, step number 7 is your culture attracting and engaging the right talent? So, my final thoughts on culture building is the building of an effective culture is ultimately unique to each organization. The work life balance is not a thing in small companies. So, you'd need to own up to it and embrace it. So, be honest about it. I say create an environment where you trust the robustness of your hiring process to deliver employees who understand the commitment they are making, what will make them successful, what the expectations are for them, and what they can expect from you as an employer. So I think if you have a true positive culture, you will get folks lined up to be a part of your organization for the most part. So I know I kept this short. If you do not agree with me, I would love to hear from you, of course. And again, I'd like to thank you all for joining me in this video of culture building from my part. So have a good one. I'll see you guys when I see you.